Welcome to Italics, television for the Italian-American experience. I'm your host, Anthony Tamburri. Italics attends an outdoor performance of Salvatore Antonio Guaragna's, better known as Harry Warren's, classics at the Garibaldi-Meucci Museum in Staten Island. Harry Warren was the first major American songwriter to write primarily for film, including the first blockbuster on-screen musical, 42nd Street. Born Salvatore Antonio Guaragna, Warren wrote over 800 songs, among them At Last, rendered beloved to the modern listener by Etta James' powerful voice. Alex Leonard performs some of Warren's standards and tells of famous Italian-American crooners who also sang his songs.
Maybe it was the music or the glamorous sky of blue. Maybe it was the mood I was in, or maybe it was really you. Really you. This heart of mine was doing very well. My life was fine as far as I could tell. And then quite suddenly I met you and I dreamed of gay amours. At dawn I woke up singing sentimental overtures. Life indoors, it's yours, this heart of mine. Salvatore Antonio Guaragna was born on December 24th, 1893, in Brooklyn, New York. He was the last of 13 children. His parents were immigrants from Calabria, Italy. When he was very young, when he was growing up, he knew that he wanted to be in show business. So he took various jobs. He worked as a comedian, as an actor, as a director. He taught himself to play the piano, and he also composed music. Now, had Salvatore been born in Italy, it's likely that his composing career would have taken a very different path, as he was a great lover of Italian opera, especially Puccini, who he referred to as his god. But Salvatore was born in Brooklyn, New York, and he lived in the days of Tin Pan Alley and the emerging musical theater scene on Broadway. And when Salvatore was very young, his father Americanized the family name, and Salvatore Guaragna enrolled in school with the name Harry Warren. And Harry Warren was to become one of the most beloved and prolific composers of the great American songbook. Now, that song that I just opened up with, that was a tune that was introduced by Fred Astaire.
At dawn I'll wake up singing sentimental overtures, this heart of mine.
And we think of Fred Astaire as a dancer, but he was a wonderful singer. And back in those days, everybody wanted Fred Astaire to introduce their songs. So that song was also recorded on an album called This Heart of Mine by a singer named Carolina Maria Laria.
The world was fine as far as I could tell.
And her parents were from the province of Potenza, Italy. We know her today as Carol Lawrence, and she's one of the great theater actresses, was on television for many, many years, and is very famous, very well known for doing the role of Maria, the original role of Maria in West Side Story on Broadway. Next person I'd like to talk about is a gentleman that I think was a genius. And a lot of people are surprised to hear me say that because he made it look so easy, like he was just out having a good time and having a drink and having another drink, maybe a couple more drinks, and I'm talking about Dino Paul Crocetti, Dean Martin. And I think his genius was that he made it look so easy. Because here's a person that was the biggest star of television, of movies, of music, and that doesn't just happen hanging out at a bar somewhere. He was very smart. He knew what he was doing, and he was a brilliant performer. So this next song was written especially for Dean Martin by Harry Warren, and it was in one of the movies that he starred with Jerry Lewis back in the 1950s. If our lips should meet in amorata, kiss me, sweet inamorata.
Hold me close and say you're mine. With a lover's warm as wine. I'm at heaven's door enamorada.
Big hit for Dean Martin. It was also a big hit for a gentleman named Gennaro Vitaliano, Jerry Vale. And Jerry Vale had as big a hit as Dean Martin did, just about the same time. Jerry Vale did a recording in 1958 in tribute to a singer named Ruggiero Eugenio di Rodolfo Colombo, Russ Colombo. And Russ Colombo was one of the early, what they call crooners, the style of crooning. So here's a song that was recorded by Russ Colombo, very successful for him, and also recorded by the great Jerry Vale. You're my everything, everything I need. You're the song I sing and the book I read.
You're away beyond belief, and just to make it brief,
You're my winter, summer, spring, my everything. I mentioned the style of crooning, the crooners, and that came about with the invention of the microphone and also the radio. And it led to a more intimate style of singing as opposed to, say, being in a big opera house or a big theater where you had to hit the back of the back seats of the balcony. And that phenomenon of the crooner existed across the world, and it existed in Italy. And there's a great singer that was a superstar in his day, and he was born in Florence by the name of Carlo Butti. So here's a beautiful song. It was originally entitled Angel, but he sung it as Angelo. Angelo, dolce Angelo, sei disceso qua giù per non lasciarmi mai più.
mai più, angelo, mio bell'angelo, che mi guardi così, io conosco il mio destino.
During the Great Depression, while most people were out of work, so few people had any money, the entertainment business in Hollywood was booming. It was the golden age of the movie musical. And many of the composers that lived in New York went out to Hollywood. And Harry Warren was among those composers that went out. He was, however, to become the preeminent composer of the Hollywood motion picture. And early on in his career, he had a very early success at Warner Brothers in the 1930s with a movie called 42nd Street, with choreography by the great Busby Berkeley, and that had songs like Lullaby of Broadway and We're in the Money and all those great old tunes from the 30s. So I'd like to do one of those songs from that era of the 1930s when he was at Warner Brothers. And this song was recorded by a gentleman named Johnny Guarneri. And Johnny is interesting. He's a descendant, direct descendant of the Guarneri violin makers. They made these violins that were extravagantly beautiful. They rivaled Stradivarius in their quality. And he was a direct descendant, and he lived here in America, and he was a jazz stride piano player. And he worked with everybody back in those years of the 30s and 40s, including Artie Shaw and Benny Goodman. So here's a song. He also did an album in tribute to Harry Warren. So here's one of those songs. Oh, baby, what I wouldn't do with plenty of money and you, in spite of the worries that money brings. Just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things, and I could take you to places you wanna go. But outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, life could be sunny with plenty of money and you. Aside from the trouble that money brings, just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things, and I can take you to places you wanna go. Oh, but outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, life could be sunny with plenty of money and you. Hey! The first hit song that Harry Warren had was written back in 1925. And an interesting thing about Harry Warren songs is that we find this, and I don't know if we see this with many other composers, 30 and 40 years later, the song comes back to be a big hit once again. So this was his first big hit in 1925, but it was recorded by a singer by the name of Norma Jean Sparenza. She went by the name Jill Corey. And Jill Corey was one of the bright stars of the 1950s. She was on the cover of Life magazine. She was on all the television shows of those days, from Ed Sullivan to Johnny Carson. So here's a song that she recorded in 1956. You may remember this one, and had a very big hit with it. I love my baby loves me. Don't know nobody as happy as we.
I'm only 20 and he's 21. Sometimes we quarrel and maybe we'll fight, but then we make up the following night. When we're together, we're great company.
I love my baby, I love my baby, I love my baby loves me. Jill Corey was born in western Pennsylvania, in the coal mine area of western Pennsylvania. And there was another singer that was also born in that area. His name was Perino Ronaldo Como. Perry Como. And Perry Como, his parents were from the Abruzzi town of Palena, Italy. And when he was very young, he only spoke Italian. It wasn't until he went to school that he started to speak English. This next song is an interesting song because it was written by Harry Warren as a promotional tune to a movie called The Rose Tattoo, which starred Burt Lancaster and Anna Magnani. They called La Lupa, and Anna Magnani won an Oscar for her role in this movie. He wore the rose tattoo to prove his love was true.
But hearts can lie so why deny that roses fade and love can die. She'll wait her whole life like fools and dreamers do. She'll go on caring for one who's wearing the rose tattoo.
Okay, here's one I got for you. Vito Rocco Farinola. Victor Moan. Well, Vito was an elevator operator in the Paramount Theater in New York City. And Perry Como got into his elevator. And he stopped the elevator between floors. And he sang to Perry Como. And he wanted Perry Como's opinion. Do you think he was any good? And Perry Como was very encouraging. He even gave Vito, at that time, the number of a band leader to speak to. So he continued singing, and yes, he took his mother's maiden name, and he became Vic Damone. Now here's a song that was very successful for Vic Damone. This was from a movie. It was nominated for an Academy Award. I'm surprised the song did not win, called An Affair to Remember.
Our love affair, may it always be a flame to burn through eternity.
So take my hand with a fervent prayer that we may live and we may share a love affair to remember. Walden Robert Casotto. Bobby Darin has a few connections to Staten Island. One is that when he was very young, his family would come out here to South Beach on Staten Island. They had a bungalow, and they would spend the summers out here. So here's a song that was recorded by a lot of people, but Bobby Darin had the biggest hit with this song. It went to number 5 in 1961. You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a beautiful child.
When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you drove those other childs wild. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. When it came to winning blue ribbon, well, I bet you taught the other kids how. Well, I can see the judge's eyes as they handed you the prize. I bet you took the cutest bow. Yeah, you must have been a beautiful baby. 'Cause baby, won't you look at you now? Come on.
When Bobby Darin was young, just starting out his career, he dated a young singer by the name of Concetta Rosa Maria Francanero, Connie Francis. And Connie Francis, when she started her career, she started playing the accordion. She sang and played the accordion. And very early on, she had a little trouble getting attention, didn't have a hit record. You know, the years were just sort of going by. And she went into what she thought was going to be her last recording session. She thought, this is it. And not only that, she had to record a song that she really did not want to do. And that song was called Who's Sorry Now? And as most of us know, that was the song that catapulted her into stardom. So here's a song that she recorded. It was originally conceived as a ballad, but she recorded it as a swing song, as did Julius LaRosa. And we lost Julius LaRosa just a few months ago, but he was a great star of radio and early television. And he recorded this same song as a swing tune, the music written by Harry Warren. There may be many other nights like this, and I'll be standing here with someone new. There may be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring,
but there will never be another you. There may be other lips that I might kiss,
but they won't thrill me like yours used to do. Yes, I may dream a million dreams, but how can they come true if there will never ever be another you?
This next song might surprise you. It was written back in 1934, and it was voted by the rock and roll magazine Rolling Stone as one of the top 500 songs of all time. It's been recorded by so many people, I think performed by every singer you can imagine. The Flamingos had a big hit with this tune, but also another gentleman did a beautiful version of this tune on an all a cappella album, meaning just voices, and his name was John Mastrangelo. Johnny Maestro, and he did this song with the Brooklyn Bridge. My love is like a kind of blind love. I can't think of anything but you. Do-up, shoo-bop. Do-up, shoo-bop.
Do-up, shoo-bop. Are the stars out tonight? Do-up, shoo-bop. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have eyes for you.
The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky. I only have eyes for
This next singer is much more popular with the kids. in that he recorded with Billy Joel and Bono and Lady Gaga and Amy Winehouse. His name is Anthony Dominic Benedetto. Tony Bennett has a connection with Staten Island in that in the 1950s, his musical director in those very important years was a gentleman by the name of Chuck Wayne. And Chuck Wayne lived in Princess Bay for many, many years. And he was one of the great jazz guitarists, very important in the history of jazz guitar. And he was Tony Bennett's musical director. So these next two songs are connected with Tony Bennett. The first one was actually a demo that led to him getting a recording contract with Columbia Records. The next song is the tune, the Harry Warren song that he chose to open up his first concert at Carnegie Hall in 1962. I walk along the street of sorrow, the boulevard of broken dreams, where gigolo and gigolette can take a kiss without regret till they forget their broken dreams. You laugh tonight
and cry tomorrow when you behold your shattered scheme. Gigolo and gigolette wake up to find their eyes all wet with tears that tell of broken dreams.
I've had an awful lot of luck with some Broadway songs. And here's one from that great new smash hit, that Harry Warren show, 42nd Street. Come on along and listen to Lullaby of Broadway, the hip parade and ballet-hoo, the Lullaby of Broadway.
The rumble of a subway car, the rattle of a taxi, the daffodils who entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's. When a Broadway baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning. Manhattan baby, don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Let's call it a day and listen to the lullaby of old Broadway. Now, all of these great singers that I've mentioned this afternoon, I mean, they're all wonderful. They're just all very, very special. But there's one singer that I think stands out amongst the rest. In fact, I think if every one of those singers were here today, they would agree with me that the interpreter of the Great American Songbook is Francis Albert Sinatra. So he performed most of the songs we've already heard, but I'd like to do a short medley of some of the other songs that were recorded by the great Frank Sinatra. Every kiss, every hug seems to feel just like a drug. You're getting to be a habit with me.
Let me stay in your arms, I'm addicted to your charms. You're getting to be a habit with me.
You'll never know just how much I love you.
You'll never know just how much I care. And if I tried, I still couldn't hide my love for you.
Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes?
Gosh, y'all get up, how'd they get so lit up? Gosh, y'all get up, how'd they get that size? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those peepers, how they hypnotize, yes.
And that song, Jeepers Creepers, that was one of the first songs that Frank Sinatra worked with. The great Nelson Riddle was on that arrangement there. Jeepers Creepers, if you've ever seen the movie that Jeepers Creepers is in, it was sung originally by Louis Armstrong. And Jeepers Creepers is a horse. Harry Warren was writing for the publishers on Tin Pan Alley. He wrote a number of songs with Italian themes, like In My Gondola, and So, This Is Venice. So he wrote a song with the name Garibaldi in the title. Now I have to be honest, I don't know who sang the song, but I did find it. And the problem is, well, in this song, Garibaldi is not the Giuseppe Garibaldi of Italian unification. No, in this song, Garibaldi is a horse. When you're listening to this song, put yourself back in the early 1900s in that world that Salvatore Guaragna grew up in, the hustle and bustle of Manhattan on the streets of New York. Tony had a pony, what you call a nice little horse. With the wagon he would sell the vegetables, of course. Garibaldi was the name of Tony's nicer pony. He would drive him all around in Little Italy. When the lady she refused to buy, Tony, he gets mad and starts to cry. What's the matter, Mariucci? You know like a Mike Cabooch. Giddy up, Garibaldi. What's the matter, Antoinette? You know like a my spaghetti. No, giddy up, Garibaldi. That song goes on for about 2 weeks. We learn about the whole neighborhood and Isabella, your garlic smeller. My favorite line is, you don't want my raspberry, I give you the raspberry. Giddy up, Garibaldi. I think that's my favorite. All of this music, all of this Harry Warren music, there's so much more that we haven't even touched on. He wrote At Last.
At last.
He wrote Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Chattanooga Choo Choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Go onto the internet and look up these singers and share them with the young ones. Because this music is very important to our heritage, our culture as Americans, as Italian Americans, and we don't want this to disappear, and it simply could disappear. This next song is a tune, this last song, is a song that was written especially for Dean Martin, once again, by Harry Warren, and it was nominated for an Academy Award. It was in one of those movies he starred again with Jerry Lewis. Now, if you only know the words to 2 songs, and one of them is Happy Birthday, this is the other one. In Napoli, where love is king, when boy meets girl, here's what they sing. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella.
Lucky fella. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta basil, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signora.
Mama! Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore, amore, that's amore. Grazie, mille grazie. Ci vediamo.
Thanks for watching this episode of Italics. Our fall season begins September 30th. We hope you'll tune in then. I'm Anthony Tamburri. Arrivederci alla prossima puntata.